You're right there, YouTube. It's Crackoon again, bringing you another gameplay. Commentating man, we're here again, bring you some more Modern Warfare 3. Like I do, going to be bringing you a 6v6 domination on the new map Offshore, using the Scar L with a dual attachment, so I've got extended mags and a suppressor on there. I've got an MP9 with extended mags as my secondary. I'm running the perk setup, Scavenger Pro, Hardline Pro, Stalker Pro. I'm running a Bouncing Betty and a portable radar as my lethal and tactical. I'm running the Specialist Stride package, so for my first perk I unlock Assassin, second Blind Eye, third Sleight of Hand, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Drop a MOAB on fools. Boom! Getting on, doing like we do, man. Beasting some people off. For the most part of this commentary, I'm probably going to do tips and tricks, the way how I play this map. I mean, the gameplay is obviously going to be going on in the background. So, I mean, you can take visual evidence from the gameplay itself and adapt that into your own playstyle, if that's what you're looking for. But I will give some verbal, spoken tips, or whatever you want to say like that. But take note quickly there of just when I brought up the scoreboard not too long ago. As you could see, the entire enemy team was composed of a clan of some sort, an elite clan, obviously. I don't know, it's weird. There's so many like definitions for describing when you're on like a team and you've got an enemy team where they're all a party, or they're a squad, or they're a clan. You know, there's so many like ways of like describing whatever it is, like if it's a party, a clan, but you all understand what I mean. It's a clan, so they're pretty much a full party, they're communicating. So essentially what I'm getting at is they're not scrub enemies like most of all Call of Duty gameplays out there on YouTube. They're not scrub enemies. They're actually relatively good and have some head to them, so they know what they're doing in certain scenarios, and they're communicating. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is why this gameplay is unedited down, because originally this MOAB that I get is roughly around 4 to 5 minutes, something similar to that. So I mean, I was gonna cut it down to a 4 to 5 minute gameplay, but after a second inspection of me watching it back, I actually noticed, like, wow, these were actually relatively decent enemies, and he actually managed to kill me quite a few times. And I don't know whether or not it was through them communicating, feeding out information to where different people were around the map and shit like that, but they weren't actually too bad. And I don't know, look, I brought the scoreboard up there again. You could see like a full kind of party or a full squad of like with the same clan tags and shit like that. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know. I mean, obviously from the start there was only 4 of them there, so I'm assuming that they're not running within a full party. But then again, other like 2 or 3 man parties, because they joined in, and then they could just be communicating as well, but obviously not with that other 4 man party. So you know, they're not bad enemies, and I mean, it's in the elite playlist, so I mean, they can't be all trash. And see, look, there's a perfect example. He would have like fed out the information. I'm running a suppressed weapon. He doesn't know exactly where I am. He would have said, yo, it's just around that corner, aim down sight, straight around the corner, quick draw, you know, whatever like that, and you're done. So I mean, these are the kind of things that you've got to learn from. So this is the reason why I'm unediting the gameplay, is because I want you to be able to see these kind of things, to be able to see where I'm getting killed from, to be able to see, right, if I've just like put yourself in the scenario as in, I've just killed this guy heading towards B, now he's fed information to his mate who's literally just around that corner. For future reference now, I'll be able to understand that maybe the spawns will put somebody else around that corner, so I might want to be pre-anticipating, like by aiming down sights and waiting for another enemy to pop around. You know what I'm saying, like that. You've always got to learn shit like that. But I don't know, it's interesting really. I mean, I hit like 2 specialist streaks and then I die like straight away, obviously because of communicating as a team. But you know, it is what it is, man. I think I'm running with my boy the Merc, aka the Irish Pounder, aka Das Poundstein. Also on top of that, I'm running with Dr. Nax. On top of that as well, I'm running with Buck 7. I don't know, Buck, whatever, we just call him Buck. And that's pretty much about it. And for the most part of the game, it's kind of like a hit and miss scenario, because they are going try hard, objective, and they're capturing all the flags. And we're losing for like a little bit from, well, I was going to say for the most part of the game, but at the moment we're winning the game. We get about halfway and then they take a point lead back. So, you know, it's all about working that, and I love the competition of playing against a full squad. It's just I don't know, it's a real interesting factor really, just playing against a full squad and changing your playstyle to be able to combat them and be able to break them down, and you know, just essentially beast them. But it feels so much better because you're beasting against a squad or a clan. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I just love that shit. I love good competition, and especially when I get a MOAB against good competition, it's even better. But seriously, you'll see at the end of the gameplay, we do some boss shit right now, because we do some boss shit at the end of the gameplay. That's another reason why I didn't edit it down. But anyway, moving on with it. Tips and tricks, right? I don't know, just a few little tips and tricks, because as I said, I was kind of struggling. Oh, in fact, I don't know if I did mention that. I think I might have. Out of all the DLC maps, this is the map that I was last to get a MOAB on. Dr. Nax got a MOAB on this map before me. That is literally saying something. So, you know, you got to take it for what it is, really, when it comes down to it like that. But, oh, look, there was another example again. Me aiming down sights, pre-anticipating somebody else coming around the corner. You see? You see? I'm not just all talk. I give you tips, and then I give you, like the final equation of how the tip would work out. You know what I'm saying? Like that, man. I love this shit, man. So I do commentaries for days. That's what I do. But anyway, moving on with it. What was I saying now? Yeah, offshore. This, out of all the maps, elite DLC maps, whatever you want to call it, decommission, terminal included, even though it's a free-to-public map, whatever you want to say like that. I don't care. It's included. Terminal, decommission, and offshore. Offshore was the final map for me to actually get a MOAB on. I'd had multiple MOABs on terminal, multiple MOABs on decommission, but I just couldn't get them out on offshore, and I don't know why. And I think it was because my playstyle just wouldn't convey onto this map that well. But in the end, it worked out all right. So I mean, you got to take it for what it is. A pretty high-scoring game in the end of this as well. So you take it for what it is when it comes down to it like that. But as it goes to tips and tricks, right? It depends what you want to do, because I mean, you really want to have B control. No matter the game type, you really want to have B control, because this is essentially like the Colosseum part of the map in which all kind of routes lead to B, if you know what I'm saying like that. You've got this major kind of traffic point here coming from A to B, which I was just looking down then. And then you've got the middle blue building, which is like interconnecting, coming from the lower half of the map of A and C. And then that draws in towards B, and then it's got an open lookout onto B. And then you've obviously got all these underground routes which have just gone down here, which lead around to B. All roads lead to B. Control B. Control B. That's all you got to do. You just control B and be aware of yourself, because literally people can come from any direction, but with spawn maintenance and generally knowing where the enemies are going to spawn, being able to predict, oh, if they've got this flag, then they're going to be spawning over here, then I need to be checking these two paths, whether it's down underneath this tunnel here, or up above it on the bridge above, or if they're going to flood down into the middle blue building there and come through B. You know, it's all about thinking about different routes and different tactics of which the enemies are going to... wait, no, you got to get your... What's the word now? You've got to put yourself in the enemy's shoes and think about their tactics that they're going to use. Especially in objective game types where it's like Domination or something like that. And they're really hardcore going to get the flags. Because, I mean, as you can see now, we've lost the lead as well. In the end of the gameplay, I'm pretty sure we probably would have won. I'm not going to lie. We were pulling it back for a lead. We had A and B. We probably could have maintained the entire flag for the whole time. But, well, no, we could have maintained 2 flags for the entire time, but I don't know, things turn out the way it does. I mean, I don't care, right? The fact of the matter is, I got the MOAB. Or the MOAB, whatever. I've spoken about this before. Pardon me, I don't know where that burp came from. But I've spoken about this before. Literally, it's MOAB. Don't start any shit like this, whatever. But literally, as it goes, once I've got the MOAB, I'm happy. I don't care, mate. This wasn't like my first MOAB on offshore. If it was my first MOAB on offshore, I probably would have been a little bit more pissed. But we do shit like this like a boss. Because, I mean, these are the things you've got to equate, right? These are the things you've got to equate. And this will all make sense in a few seconds. As I'd get the MOAB anyway, just there for the knife. But these are things you've got to equate. You're only as strong as your team. So if your team is not performing, at a strong caliber, or whatever you want, or at a high caliber, then you know, you got to take the sacrifice. I understand this. I understand this more than anybody, because I don't care. This is a game. This is a game. If Merc wanted to back out then because he was doing shit and Buck was getting off, then you know what I mean? I don't care. If we join back into the same game after just previously leaving that game and the lobby's still mobbed, I honestly don't care. It's a point behind it, man. This is kind of an interesting fact because it leads on to kind of, I don't know, the YouTube gaming standards at the moment and the way people are in YouTube and how they get gameplays and how they're only as strong as the team getting them gameplays and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, without strong quality of teammates, then it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. I mean, in some times though, in some scenarios, yeah. Granted, a team can't get you your entire 25 kills to get a MOAB streak. They can't do that. They just can't do it. But as far as it goes like that, you've got to have the support from your teammates to get the MOAB anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you've not got the strong teammates there, how do you know they're going to support you and not like, what's the word now? Not kill an enemy that eventually could have ended up killing you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You don't get that with random teammates and shit. That's just the way I see it anyway. I mean, you take it for what it is. We backed out. We do it like a boss. We don't care. It's what we do. We beast all day. Seriously. It's fact. Peace!